Empire team, welcome. Good evening. This is the Get Me to Emerald workshop with me. My name is Barbie Decker. It's so amazing to see a full house. Our capacity is 200 and we're already at 150. I know we're going to fill up. So let's get started. I want to be respectful of your time. This workshop, again, is the Get Me to Emerald workshop. So this slide makes me kind of smile a little bit. Why should you listen to me? It's really not to brag that I've put not all my accolades, but some of my accolades up here. But I just wanted to show you that I am a seasoned coach, that the experience and the knowledge and the thoughts that I'm sharing with you tonight really come from, number one, they come from my heart, but number two, they come from years of experience. I'm a 5-time elite coach. There are only 2 other coaches in the entire Beachbody network that have been elite coaches 5 times in a row. I was I believe, the 18th person to be admitted into the Millionaire Club. It just means that I made more than $1 million with Beachbody, and it happened in my 4th year. In 2009, I was a top coach in my region. I have been a top 10 coach 2 times, 2 years in a row. Wait a second. I think I've got my dates wrong. It might have been 2010 and 2011 or 2011 and 2012. Yeah. I am a member of the Coach Advisory Board this year, and it's going to come to a close in September. I'm an 11-star diamond coach in my first business center. I have 4 business centers, and I have at least 25 lifetime diamonds. So again, I'm not saying any of this to brag. It's really just to show you that if you're a new coach and you haven't heard of me, it's really just to show you that I do know what I'm talking about. And I really hope that you take this knowledge and the words that I have for you tonight and run with it. So let's get down straight to business. Before we start getting into the details of, what is an Emerald coach? What are the benefits of an Emerald coach and how do you get there? I want you to just quiet down. I know everyone's really excited and, everyone's chatting in their little boxes, but I want you to reach inside yourself right now, and including myself, I'm just getting to that quiet place. And I want you to ask yourself, why did you become a coach? Why did you sign up to become a coach? And answer that question for yourself. What do you really want? So I'll tell you that for myself, I wasn't even a discount coach. I became a coach because I simply wanted to help people, and I didn't have, at the time, we weren't talking about our whys and, what do you really want? I really just did it because I wanted to help people. I didn't want to make any money. But if I had someone like myself today asking this question, what do you really want? I could have told you that what I wanted was, I wanted to be secure financially. I wanted to do something that I was passionate about. And if I probed a little more, if someone had probed a little more and asked me, why do you want that? Why do you want to be secure financially? Why do you want to do something that you're passionate about? I would dig a little deeper, and I would have dug a little deeper, and I would have told you that I grew up super poor. We grew up in public assistance for a very long time, probably till I was about 18 or so. And I just knew that that makes me emotional. I just knew that I was destined for something greater. I just knew that my life had to be different than what I grew up around. And that's the reason that I decided to get a PhD. It was to push away, I guess, the poverty and the stigma, that comes along with being poor. And so at the time, I didn't see that Beachbody would be an opportunity for me to do that. And it would take time for me to realize that. And so I'm asking you right now to ask yourself, what do you really want? Look at this picture and Are there some elements in this picture that you can relate to? Being able to stay at home with your children, with your child, with your hubby, being able to have your puppies. That dog actually looks like our dog Julius, who, they sit under your feet when you're working at home. What do you want for yourself? And why do you want it? Why do you want to be able to spend time with your children at home? Why do you, it may seem like a silly question. Why do you want to be able to buy things for your children without having to worry? But I want you to answer that. Okay? So even though we're social in the little chat, but I want you to do the work, because otherwise we're wasting time. So I want to see some answers up there. I want you to take 30 seconds and I want you to go back to this and please type in the chat, in the chat box, what do you want out of coaching or out of life? Like, what do you really want? Freedom. Freedom from what? Or freedom to do what? Freedom from debt. I want to help everyone. Financial independence, total fulfillment, to help others, to be able to change. My gosh, you guys are going so fast. It's making me emotional. Like, seriously, I don't know if you guys can see the chat box just to see what you guys want. I know, it's okay if I cry. Okay, stop typing because I'm not going to be able to talk. But to see the list that really stop typing because I'm going to keep crying. Stop typing. Some of you say that you want a retirement for yourself. You want a retirement money for yourself. You want to be able to spend time with the ones you love. You want to be able to help your parents who don't have the money for retirement. You want to buy Kleenex for Barbie. You guys are funny. You want to be able to pay for your kids' school because you have a child with special needs. You want to be free to not worry about money so that you can stay home with your baby. Cynthia, you said that your son has learning disabilities and he needs you home. Okay, I personally have to stop reading all these because I'm not going to be able to go on. But, so far from what I can see, you have a compelling reason to make this work. And if you don't, I'm asking you to do the work that it takes to find that reason that's going to make you do the work when life gets tough. Life happens to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're in the millionaire club or not in the millionaire club, if you're a celebrity or not a celebrity, if you're rich or you're poor, it doesn't matter. We all have obstacles that come into our way, and we have to be clear with the thing that we want in our lives, whether it's fulfillment, financial freedom, staying home with our child, retiring our husband, helping our parents, whatever the thing that is going to motivate you and move you to take action when life gets busy, when the dog gets sick, when your husband gets sick, when your wife is being a pain in the butt, whatever that thing is, what is going to keep you moving forward and keep you in the game? The next question that I have for you, and I want to hear an answer from you guys, is, are you willing to do the work? Because sometimes, a lot of times what I see are coaches dreaming and saying what it is that they want, but then they're not willing to put the effort and the work that it takes to get the job done, to fulfill your dreams. The other day, I saw a post by Amy Silverman, who's on our team. She's a top 10 coach, and she said, when she first started, the first few years, she was in school full time. She was working as a waitress, 40 hours a week. I think she was doing an internship. The girl was hustling, and she knew that it would take, in the beginning, sacrifice in order to reach her goals. And now she said she's making over, I don't know if I should say, but she's making really nice 5 figures every month. Okay? Because she was willing to put in the effort. And here we're just talking about the entry level rank or, you know, your first rank advancement of becoming Emerald. So you've all said yes, you're willing to do the work, and here you are on a, what is it, Wednesday evening on this call. So let's move forward and let's get ready to work. So before we get into the technicalities of what Emerald is, let's talk about the benefits of advancing to Emerald. Why advance to Emerald? There are three main ones that I can think of. The first one is you get free customer leads when you're an Emerald coach. What does that mean? It means that customers, they're actual customers. They've already bought Beachbody products. They are assigned to a coach, and you have the opportunity to serve these folks who have purchased a Beachbody product. Well, who are these lovely people on this screen? They're not just generic model, you know. On the left, we have Josh. On the right, we have Amanda. On the bottom left, we have Julie. And on the right, we have Keith Wilson. These are all Star Diamond coaches, and I would have put 10 more pictures if I could have fit them into this slide. They were all free customer leads that Beachbody assigned to coaches, and they are now Star Diamond coaches. What does that mean? It means that because they are rock stars or on their way to being rock stars, as an Emerald coach, and eventually you're going to advance, you get to benefit from the team volume that they produce. So I'll speak about Josh for a second. Josh Spencer on the left upper hand side, he was a top coach, and he was also my free customer lead. He was assigned to me, and he actually reached out to me, I want to say in 2008, and said, "Hey Barbie, I'm starting P90X." And I just, you know, I really just wanted to help him, and we created a relationship, we formed a relationship. He eventually decided to become a coach. I told him, because I didn't know at the time, I told him in the beginning, you know what, you really can't make money with coaching, but, you know, do it because it's so awesome to help people. And he did it. He listened to me, but he didn't listen to me when I told him that he couldn't make money, because he eventually became top coach of 2010, I think, or 2011, yeah, 2010. And whoa, my slides are going crazy. What happened? Okay, there we are. He eventually became a top coach, and he brought in other coaches who are superstars, and that has obviously helped my team volume, you know, immensely, incredibly. I can't even say how much. So you never know when you advance to Emerald who is going to be assigned to you as a free customer lead. You might get someone like Julie, like Amanda, like Keith, like Josh. The next rock star might be waiting for you. So that's just one of the benefits of advancing to Emerald. The next awesome benefit, and I love this, I have to tell you guys, I am not a details person. There are some people that are details people, and there are people that are big picture people. I'm a big picture person. So first we're going to start for the big picture people, the ones that get lost in detail like myself. One of the benefits of advancing to Emerald is that you can earn team cycle bonus. We've got the picture on the right that says together everyone achieves more. That's the big idea. Raise your hand or say here if you're a big picture person. What it really means is that you just benefit from the sales from anyone on your team, even if you didn't bring them onto your team. Can you big picture people remember this before I lose you in the next slide? But try not to get lost. But seriously, I mean, I don't think I figured out how the business worked for a good 3 years. And I was just following my heart and just building, but I didn't read the policies and procedures manual and learn all about team cycle bonus for a very long time. So again, the huge benefit of achieving Emerald is that you get to make money from what your team produces. Now let's get into the details. So raise your hand if you're a super detailed person and you love numbers, charts, facts, and figures, because I'm about to, oh, I've got all these people saying, yes, that is so awesome. Oh my God, now you're making me nervous. Okay, let's move on to it. I'm not a detailed person, but I've got this down. Okay, So you get to earn Team Cycle bonus when you're an Emerald coach, all right? That means that every time you produce 300 team volume points, it has to be 100 team volume in one leg or the weak leg, 200 team volume points in the other leg. You get to cycle $14 as an Emerald coach. Get this, you can cycle up to 96 team cycles each day. Now, if you guys who are detail-oriented got this and understood this, say yay, yay, because it's a huge deal. And remember, for the big picture people like myself, I'm cracking up. For the big picture people like myself, just remember, you get to earn when your team makes any kind of sale, even if you didn't sponsor them. So let me give the detailed people one more slide that's gonna rock their boat. Rock their boat? No, that's not what I meant to say. That's gonna rock their boat in a good way. All right. This is how it works. Okay. So let's say you are the person in the middle in the green and you've sponsored two people. Okay. But you've got all these other people on your left leg that you didn't sponsor, but they are on your team. And they have produced 540 team volume points. Okay. On the right leg, let's say you sponsored your best friend and she sponsored her best friend. Well, they're both buying products, for example, and they have 200 team volume points. Remember, you cycle every time you have 200 volume points on one leg, 100 volume points on the other leg. That's one cycle. But you have volume points left over. That's a second cycle. All right? That's two cycles. So you basically haven't really done much other than, just do what you do every day, but you've made $28 on that day, for example, because your team that you may not even know some of them, they have produced. Now, I know that I said that you can make up to 96, you can cycle up to 96 times per day. There's a limit to how much you can make as an Emerald coach, and then you have to advance to the next level. So that's why, for example, as I know right now, as a 5-star diamond coach, there's a limit of $7,000. So I know that if I want to make more than $7,000 per week, I have to advance to the next level. But anyway, so that is how it works in a nutshell. Okay, so that's why you have to keep growing, because eventually you're going to max out. Can someone tell me how much you max out as an Emerald coach? The first person who gets that is going to get a little prize. Yay! I can't keep track. I think it was Joe and Brian, $250. That's right. As an Emerald coach, you can make up to $250 per week, and then it's time for you to advance to the next level so that you can make more money. So yes, total $250 per week. So in summary, for the big picture people, Team Cycle bonus allows you to earn more based on team effort. And I could not help myself. I had to show you that picture. I didn't want to be tacky, but I thought that you would think that it was funny. There is one more benefit of being Emerald. And this is something that I wish that I would have realized years ago. Like I said, I became a coach because I wanted to help people, and I focused just on helping people with their fitness. For whatever reason, I know what the reason was. I didn't want people to think that I was greedy because I wanted to have a business, and so I never really told people about the business. And it's such a shame because here I was pushing my way and working my way and, making sacrifices in my time so that I could be successful financially, and yet I wasn't presenting the opportunity to other people. I want you guys to hear me really loudly and clearly. You have an opportunity as a Beachbody coach to help transform lives, not only on a physical level, but also on a financial level. Do you hear me there? How many families, I mean, I just got goosebumps. How many families do you know who are struggling financially? When you introduce the Beachbody opportunity to other people, you are giving them an opportunity to change their lives financially. Okay? So to me, this is a huge benefit. You get to make money. You get to make money based on your team's effort, and you get to impact people's lives financially. Plus, you get the customer leads. I mean, what an amazing and beautiful blessing and company that we have. All right, guys, now we're going to get to the how. How do you advance to Emerald? So it's actually super duper easy. We have two legs. There's a right leg and a left leg. You are right in the middle. You would sponsor two coaches, and we're going to talk about who those two people could be in a minute. You would sponsor two coaches, and they would each have to be active. Active just means that I'm going to keep it simple because Shakeology is the backbone of our business. If they're each on Shakeology, they would be active. In order to be active, you have to have 50 volume points, personal volume points. So your coach, if you're signing up your husband, for example, or your mom or your wife, you can have them be active on the vitamin pack. It's 50 PV and it's the most cost effective. However, if you are looking to build a team, if somebody signs up and they tell you, you know what, I really do want to build a business. I really would like financial security. I would even like to make $100 a month. They have to be on Shakeology, you guys. If you're signing people up, if you're sponsoring a coach and they're not active and they're not on Shakeology, you're not doing them a favor. You're not doing them a service. You're actually doing them a disservice because Shakeology is what will allow you to earn residual income. And it's what will allow the people whose lives you want to change or to help transform, it's going to allow them to earn residual income, okay? So unless we're talking about, a spouse or someone that's sort of doing you a little favor by signing up as a coach, you want them to be on Shakeology. And even then, I mean, Shakeology is such an amazing product and so good for your health that you want your family member to be on Shakeology. So let's move on to a concrete example, okay? Because I know sometimes when you get into the technicalities of like, okay, you have a right leg, you have a left leg, and you have, this team volume and that team volume. Let's take my coach's example, Rosa. That is Rosa in the middle. She hasn't always looked that beautiful, and she's a mom of 3 children. I think you have 3 children, Rosa. I lose track. 3 seems like a lot. But yes, it's 3. And you have a right leg and a left leg. The first thing that she did was she signed up her hubby, Chris, who's on the left, and then she told her sister, Judy, you have to do this. I love this example because Judy eventually decided that she didn't want to work the business. She decided to do something else. But this is what Rosa did in the beginning to help her get started. And in the beginning, maybe Judy was interested, maybe she wasn't, but eventually she decided not to. And today I actually polled people on our team, and a lot of the people on the team said that the first 2 people that they signed up, that they sponsored in order to become Emerald, some of them were not in the business anymore. And that's okay. You never know who's going to remain in the business, who's not going to remain in the business, and why does it not matter? It doesn't matter because you're going to keep growing. This is just a first step to your growth. Do you hear me there? This is just a first step to you growing. So really don't get hung up on, or don't think that just because you've sponsored 2 people that that's it, you're done, you're good. No, you want to build a business, you keep growing. So Rosa signed up her hubby and her sister Judy, who's no longer in the business. So let's get to you. Who can you sponsor? So when we were creating this presentation, I asked folks on our team who they sponsored when they first became an Emerald coach. you guys, I am recording this, but I want you to take notes and I want you to start thinking already. These are examples from people on our team. So someone on our team sponsored their high school friend and sister to become an Emerald coach. I think it was Keith who said it was his wife and his first client as a Beachbody, his first Beachbody client. Someone else, a girlfriend, his girlfriend and his mom. Someone else, her husband and his dad. Mom and stepmom, that was Hope. Husband and friend. Sister and someone from their like page, that was Christiane. Friend and mom. Spouse and a good friend. Spouse, I love this example, spouse and a lady from eHarmony. He said that she was already drinking Shakeology when they met on eHarmony and she wasn't active with her coach and she didn't have any contacts. So he said, hey, we can get a discount or you can get a discount. So, hey, dating online sites can be a great way for you to find your first coach. The next person, a discount coach. So the person decided to become a coach because they wanted a discount and she signed up her husband. Wife and someone from social media. Wife and daughter. Best friend and coworker. Online friend and mom. So I'm giving you all these examples. They're dizzying examples. Dizzying because we can't keep track. Basically, what are the common threads? It's some kind of family member, some kind of friend, right? In my case, on the last example, I signed up my ex-husband and the customer. It was my first, not my first customer, but it was one of my first customers who decided that she wanted to become a coach, and she went on to become a Star Diamond coach, and she is a multiple six-figure earner. So really, you can take any combination of these people in order to find your first two people that are going to help you get to Emerald. And remember, you have an opportunity to impact their financial future, to help them start their own business. It can be that, or in some cases, in many cases, when you first start out, it's someone who's just doing you a favor. And they're like, okay, cool. Well, I need to lose a few pounds, and they're going to get on Shakeology or they're going to get on the vitamins. And in some cases, we're going to hear from some people today, some of the coaches on our team who are going to give us examples. Like I said, in some cases, it's just going to be they're doing you a favor. Okay. So now we've got an action step. If you're not an Emerald coach, can you say here, 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 if you're not an Emerald coach? So we do have people who are not Emerald, lots of people who are not Emerald on this call. Okay, now we've got work to do, and there will be that awkward silence for at least 1 full minute. I want you to write down 10 people that you know. 10 people that you know. I don't care if you're scared or you're like, oh my God, they're going to say no, or, they might. Just right now, you've got 1 minute. I want you to write down 10 names, and I don't want you to judge. I don't want you to prejudge. I don't want you to stop yourself. Just write. And my stopwatch is on. Seriously, we're going to have 45 more seconds of awkward silence. You're writing down names. So actually, we won't have awkward silence because I'll be guiding you. Mom, dad, neighbor, coworker, brother, sister, a customer, a cousin. Did I say wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, a friend that you connect with on social media, a running buddy, an aunt, an uncle, stepmom, stepdad, girl from work, guy from work, high school best friend, ex-husband. Okay, it's been 1 minute. So I see that you have your list, and now we're going to move on. Right now, I don't want you to worry about how you're going to do it. You will eventually take action, but you're not going to do it in the next 30 seconds, okay? Can you tell me, was it hard? Was it a little bit scary to make this list? Did you actually make it? Can you tell me in the chat box? So Jackie said that it was easy. Marissa said it was easy. The first 5 were easy, 10 was a little bit difficult. Someone got 7, Lisa, Nicolette, had it done already. Somebody said it was kind of hard. Someone said they got 9. Someone said they got 8. So it actually doesn't matter if it was easy, if it was hard. Kara said 10 was difficult. The point is that you know 10 people, and if you didn't get your 10 people, as we're going through this, if you think of someone's name, just put it down. All right, let's move to the next step. So now we're actually going to hear from someone on our team who is going to tell us about his first 2 coaches. This is Stuart Forsher. He is a Star Diamond coach on our team. He signed up his wife and a customer in order to become a coach. So right now, I'm going to mute him. Once I unmute him, you're not going to be able to hear me. So Stuart, you go on and you just start and share how you help yourself become Emerald. Hold on, I'm trying to promote you. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, I lost you. Hold on, I lost Stuart. Now I gotta find him. Okay, I found him. Sorry, you guys. This thing is messing with me. Okay, there we go.
Thank you, Barbie. Hey, guys. When I started out as a coach, I didn't really know much about anything. I just knew that, I wanted a discount on the products and just kind of wanted to, I saw the opportunity to make, maybe make a little bit of extra income. So when I first enrolled as a coach, I was pretty overwhelmed, like I know a lot of new coaches get. And I just spent time soaking everything in. I spent a lot of time listening to the national wake-up calls and the little team calls that we had every week at the time. But I figured out pretty early on that I wanted to get to Emerald, and the reason for that was because of the customer lead program. I just thought it was really cool that I would have Beachbody sending me free customers. So that was my motivation. So I had also heard about this concept of double dipping on your income. So, I'm married, so I thought if I enrolled my wife, I didn't know what the double dipping on income meant, but I knew that that's what I wanted because it sounded really awesome. And so, it was a non-issue for me to enroll my wife. And so basically what I did was I was just checking, and so I signed up as a coach in September, and I sponsored my wife in November. So it took me about 60 days. Basically what I did was I was speaking to a lot of people about Shakeology. People were asking me what I was doing. They saw me on social media and stuff, sharing about Shakeology. And so the conversation led to, hey, what's the best way to order this? And so I just basically said, well, you can order it this way, or, if you enroll as a coach, it saves you about $15 a month. And so I was fairly easy able to enroll 3 coaches that way, just discount coaches. And like Barbie said earlier, none of them are coaches anymore. But basically what I did was when I sponsored the first one, then I enrolled my wife on the other side, got to Emerald on the same day. And I was actually using Shakeology and the recovery drink at the time. And so it was pretty easy for me to keep my wife active. She wasn't quite on board with Shakeology at the time, because that was very early on. But I transferred my results and recovery formula over to her account, and then I was using a joint support formula anyway from another type. So I just canceled that and started using Beachbody's joint support formula, and that pretty much kept her active. So anyway, that's about all I had to share. Barbie, I'll toss it back to you.
I'm back. Can you hear me? Yes, I think you guys can hear me. Awesome, Stuart. You know what? That was such a great point about double dipping. I was looking at the presentation, and I was looking for a hole in our Precious Empire presentation, and that was it. Right. I have a friend who signed up her husband without him probably even knowing, and now they make over $100,000 through his business center. And this is an example of so many coaches on our team and outside of the team whose business centers are doing great because the wife or the husband made the decision to sign up their spouse. So great example. Awesome. Everyone can hear me okay? just want to make sure. Great. Okay, so now we have another testimonial, and this is from Ricardo Marquez. He's also a Star Diamond coach, and his first two coaches were his girlfriend and cousin. I have not heard this testimonial yet, so I'm excited to hear it. I am going to find him over here in a second. I found you. So Ricardo, I'm going to promote you to presenter, and then you're not going to be able to hear me, so then you just go ahead and share, and then pass the mic back to me when you're Ricardo, it says that I'm not, okay, can you speak?
Hi guys, can you hear me now? Awesome. So when I signed up to be a coach, I signed up as a discount coach initially because I was on Shakeology, and it took me about 3 months before my coach even got me to get on Shakeology. What happened was my daughter wound up becoming addicted and stealing my Shakeology, so I got a second bag and decided to become a coach simply for the discount. It only took about a week before I made my first sale and realized this was a viable opportunity. So my girlfriend with me at the time, I decided based on the advice of my coach to make her a coach and order my daughter's bag of Shakeology under her account, which got her active. And that was a really easy sale. If you're with someone, whether it be a spouse, girlfriend, or whatnot, they want to help you out. So I simply looked at her and said, hey, babe, I'm going to make you a coach. So, I'm one step closer to achieving my goals, and, family can make more money. So that was an easy one right there. So if you have a spouse or whatnot, that's just a fast and easy way to get your first coach. It was about a month and a half later, I was seeing results, and I was gathering stories sell, right? And I gathered some amazing stories from the team I was on with some fabulous transformations due to Shakeology. And I shared those stories with my cousin, who is someone who supported me throughout my weight loss journey. I've lost 90 pounds. So she was a health and fitness person. We worked together a lot on our health and fitness. And I just simply shared the stories of the team and the amazing transformations people were having, both in their health and their weight, as well as the transformation I was seeing due to Shakeology. She was very interested and decided that she wanted to give it a coach, made sure I had samples on me, gave her a sample. She enjoyed it. So as soon as she started asking me, how do I get it? That's when I showed her the Shakeology site and suggested that she might want to actually sign on as a coach, just like I did, for the discount. And I also started edifying the fact that she supported me throughout my journey the entire time, and how much I appreciate that she really stuck by me, not only with my weight loss journey, but, I was a dance instructor and tried several endeavors in my life that she has always been there for. And I just told her that, she was such an amazing friend and family member, and I really appreciated her support. And that by signing on as a coach, not only would she get the 25% discount to help her out with the Shakeology she wanted to use, but she'd also be helping me get closer to my goals with my business and helping my family out. So that was an easy close, simply asking your family member to help you out, because who doesn't want to help you? She was interested anyway. She wound up signing on as a coach. So in just under 2 months, I was an Emerald coach, and that was the catalyst for the rest of my career right there. It was only a couple of months later that I signed a coach up that was a customer lead. She's still with me to this day. She's a very good friend and still on my team. So, simply signing up a family and your spouse was a quick, easy way to get to Emerald. It wasn't very hard, and actually gave me the confidence to go out there and talk to more people and become a diamond coach.
Can you hear me now again? That was awesome. I hope that you guys on the call heard what he said. He was collecting stories and testimonials, and he was practicing one of the vital behaviors, which is to be proof that the products work and to help people. So you weren't just, sitting back. Ricardo was not just sitting back, or saying, okay, well, I'm going to sign up my girlfriend and sign up my cousin, and boom, I'm going to be making money. No, you were working, you were sharing, you were actively using the products and helping other people, and that is key. What I don't want you guys to get from this call is to think that I'm going to sign up my mom and my dad or my husband and my sister and, boom, I'm an Emerald coach. No, it's just the beginning, and you have to keep sharing and you have to keep growing, because otherwise you are going to throw your money away. And I don't want that. We don't want that. Ricardo, that was an awesome job. Thanks so much. I've never heard you speak before, so it was really a pleasure. Awesome. Okay, our next testimonial is from my girl, Lisa Barker. She is I want to say cancer survivor, but I like that she uses the word thriver, cancer thriver, cancer free. She was one of my first customers, and her first two coaches were her husband and one of her coworkers. So I am about to pass the mic on to you.
Hey, Barbie, can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? Yes, great. Yes, thank you, Barbie. Yes, I do prefer the word thriver, 6-year thriver here. I signed up as a coach at the end of December of 2011. I've been a long-time user of Beachbody products, and I just decided I really wanted to have the chance to not only use the products, but I believed in the business model and I wanted to make some money. I signed up at the end of December, and I got to Emerald by February. My first coach was my husband. He was already poaching my Shakeology from my supply, and I told him, I said, look, I'm going to sign you up as a coach because I want to get to Emerald. He was like, what's Emerald? I said, it'll help me get free customers and make money, and plus you need your own Shakeology supply. So he's like, okay. And so I signed him up. He still does not know how to log into his coach account, just so you know, and I manage his account. So, and he's totally cool with that. My second coach was a coworker. This is back when I had a full-time job. I don't have a full-time job anymore. My full-time job is actually Beachbody coaching. But my second coach was a coworker who I knew already had some Beachbody products. She'd been doing Insanity and loved it. And I started feeding her Shakeology samples, and I got her hooked. If you've been drinking Shakeology, you know how easy that is to happen. And after a few samples, I said, you could order your own. She looked at the price, and sometimes, you get that price objection. I said, well, there's a way where you can get the Shakeology and get 25% off, plus 25% off any of the other future programs that I know you're going to order. She said, what? What's that? I told her about the coach opportunity, and she was my second coach. And she is still one of my coaches, and she's still a discount coach. She hasn't signed any coaches herself, but she keeps ordering her Shakeology, and she's ordered more products. And that was the start of my business.
That's so awesome, Lisa. See, I didn't even know about that. That's so, so cool. I have to tell you, my mom is a coach too, and you ask her what Beachbody is, even though I'm gonna marry Sagi. She probably has no idea what Beachbody is, but she's a coach and she makes a little bit of money through coaching. So she's in good company with your husband who doesn't even know how to log in. So that's pretty awesome. All right, I have just two more testimonials, and this one is funny. This is Amanda. This was a message to her friend. Hey, Britt, I just signed up as a Beachbody coach to save money on that Insanity program I lent you. Want to sign up with me and learn together? I know my coach has lost a bunch of weight and started helping people, and now she makes 6 figures. You in? Because when I'm a high roller, you're going to wish you were. That was the exact message that Amanda sent. So I see that some people are having problems with the sound issues. So sorry, you guys. But hopefully the recording is okay and that, most of you guys can hear. But anyway, so this was the exact message. Amanda found this message in her inbox, and she said that it's kind of embarrassing now that she sent that. Like, are you in? Because when I'm a high roller, you're going to wish you were. I absolutely love it. Okay, this is Rose's conversation with her sister. And again, Rose's sister is no longer in the business, but this is the message that she sent. Judy, guess what I'm doing? I have to say, for those of you that didn't know or don't know, that Canada did not have the coaching opportunity up until about 20 months ago, so in October of 2012. So Rosa was seeing me succeed, and she could not become a coach. So when it finally happened, it was the day that she was giving birth to her son, Bennett. She became a coach that very day. So, Judy, guess what I'm doing? Barbie just told me that coaching's coming to Canada. I'm becoming a coach. I'm telling you, this is it for us. I got goosebumps. You have to do it too. We both love business, and Barbie has been super successful. If we can attain a fraction of her success, we'll be doing great. After some conversations, she couldn't afford a challenge pack, but guess what she did? She sold her elliptical machine so that she could afford to get in. You guys, sometimes you have to sacrifice in order to do the things that you want in life, and you have to take that chance. I have a coach on my team who sold DVDs, furniture, I mean, just things in order to be able to buy a Fat challenge pack so she could sign up as a coach. And finally, we have one more example, and I love this example. This is Nikki's message to her husband's friend who had lost, I want to say over, does it sound right, 180 pounds. And this is such a great example because Nikki was a new coach, she's a Star Diamond coach now, and this is the exact message that she sent. And she said, excuse the expression, that she had keyboard diarrhea. I mean, I'm like, did you really send this message? She's like, yeah. I'm like, it wasn't cut up in 5 different messages like it probably should have been. But my point with this message, and I'll read it to you in a second, is that, you know, you don't have to know how to do everything perfectly when you start out as a coach. You just have to put one foot in front of the other, and sometimes you're going to say too much, and sometimes when you say too much, it's going to work. So let's look at this message. I think it's kind of funny because it's just so long. Hey, Ben, it's going great. I absolutely love it. I love the Shakeology too. I have the Shakeology vegan and it's awesome. What do you guys have? So I would have probably sent the message right there and waited for a response. But she kept going. So happy you are digging the P90X. Aaron and I are doing Shalene Extreme, which is a weightlifting cardio workout, and it's pretty awesome too. Next, I want to do Brazilian butt lift. Oh yeah. Now that you mentioned you and Rach being on Shakeology, you should become a coach under me. You get 25% off your Shakeology and any programs or products you purchase just by being a coach. And if you like, you can join my July. I mean, she's been throwing it out there. I love it. See if you like what it's all about, and you could run challenge groups yourself. I just think you've done such an amazing job with your own personal transformation. You would be such an inspiration to so many people. It's something to consider. If you decide you don't like the whole challenge group thing, you could still remain a coach and not have to do anything except you get your monthly Shakeology at discounted prices. I can send you some info if that sounds interesting to you. Okay. Nikki probably presented 10 different options in this one tiny little email, right? And she wouldn't do that today, but she did it back then. And guess what? The guy signed up and it all worked out. You don't have to be perfect, and you learn. You learn and you get better as you go along. So this is why I love this example. All right. Finally, you guys, we are really at the end of our presentation. This is your turn. If you are not an Emerald coach, you've got work to do. We just spent 1 minute. You can spend an extra minute after this call to complete your list. We gave you, I'm going to put the recording of this call up. We gave you testimonials. We had Stuart, Ricardo, Lisa, and we heard from other folks, or not heard, but we saw their actual messages. We have so many examples of people who have done this. I want you to actually write out the message or to role play the conversation that you would have with your prospects, or whether it's your mom, your dad, your husband, your girlfriend, your cousin, your aunt, your high school friend. I want you to role play this conversation with your coach, your sponsor, or another team member on the Empire or anywhere else. Or I want you to write it out and get feedback on it. Because if you post it in our group and say, okay, I'm thinking of sending this to my mom, or, with your mom it's probably easier, but your friend or your cousin or something like that, we'll give you feedback. Okay? So once you get that feedback, we're going to give it to you. You have to have the courage and actually send it, or actually make that phone call or have that face-to-face conversation. You just have to do it. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Okay? And guess what? Some people are going to tell you no. And that's okay. I mean, I remember asking a friend to do me a favor and, you know, sign up for as a coach. And she said no. She thought it was kind of weird. And I felt kind of bad for asking her. But you know what? I moved on to the next person. And the next person happened to be my ex-husband. And he said, yeah, okay, whatever. So you go for no. Remember that coaching is a blessing for you and for other people. So some people might just do you the favor and sign up. And some people, let's say all of your family members and all of your friends say no to you, which is possible, right? You just continue doing what Ricardo did, which was collect stories, keep helping people, and go for no, because eventually you're going to get a yes, and you will be an Emerald coach. And it's that attitude of going for no that is going to help you get to the next level. So that's all that I have for you guys. If you have any questions, I'm happy to take your questions, but I'm going to end the recording right now. Thank you so much for listening to me. And again, take action. Don't let this be just an activity that you listen to.